All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1019, Canada case. Judge, both parties have been sworn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The courtroom is barely in session before Ms. Canada gets right to it. She's demanding child support and 3 years of back pay. Her child is 3, and she says she hasn't received a single cent. Judge Vanderbeek appreciates the no-nonsense approach. No fluff, just facts. It's a clear-cut request on paper, but this case is about to take some unexpected turns, because the man she's suing isn't denying they had a fling, but he's not convinced he's the father either. The alleged father admits they were involved, but says she was seeing other people too. He claims there's doubt about paternity, and that's why he hasn't paid a dime. He also says she never complied with his request for a DNA test. But Ms. Canada fires back with a low blow. Maybe you should have been obligated to your wife. The courtroom shifts. Suddenly we're not just talking about child support. We're in affair territory, and the tension is rising.
All right, sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligations.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, you know, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that you know, she and I had that time together. And,
Excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me. And the reason that I haven't provided
Well, those are rumors.
I understand
First of
that.
all.
I understand that.
Second
But
of
you
all.
haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You know, you're right about that. And honest
So
truth is
you are
that,
admitting that you're married?
yes.
Okay.
And I've told her.
Turns out the man is married and confirms it openly. Ms. Canada says he's lying about what his wife knows, and here's the kicker. She works with him at the same welding plant. She's the receptionist. He's the manager. Judge Vanderbeek is stunned. Wasn't expecting this much tea this morning, she says. The case may be about money, but the backstory is pure drama. Still, the judge stays focused. Before any support can be ordered, paternity must be legally established. Judge Vanderbeek lays it out. No DNA test, no support order. He never signed anything at the hospital, and paternity hasn't been acknowledged. So technically, he's right to demand proof before being put on the hook. Ms. Canada seems annoyed, but doesn't argue. The judge makes it clear. Even with all the messiness, this case has to follow legal procedure. No test, no pay. But once that test is done, if he's the father, he's going to owe a lot.
I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't
told
tell
your
me you
wife
were
that?
married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. So, you know, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
right.
knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh,
The judge reminds Ms. Canada she can bring back as many people as necessary for testing if this man isn't the father. I know who it is, she replies confidently, clearly irritated that he's even questioning it. The mood shifts again. The courtroom isn't just deciding support. It's juggling trust, betrayal, and unresolved resentment. But Judge Van DeBee stays grounded. The law needs proof, and everyone, no matter the drama, must follow the process. Mr. Canada, yes, that's what we're calling him for now, asks for the court's help in expediting the DNA test. The judge agrees and sends the case to the Attorney General's office, where testing is both free and fast. It's a smart move, cutting through the emotion and moving toward a resolution. One way or another, the test will reveal the truth. And once it does, someone's about to be on the hook for 3 years' worth of support.
at the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there.
As a receptionist there, I'm a manager.
That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay. Ooh, wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you're more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but if
definitely
he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA testing, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky,
You're welcome.
if I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Canada leaves the court with one final statement. If I have obligations here, I'll stand by them. It's a respectful close to a tense session. Despite the emotional mess, marriage, affairs, doubt, he's not completely dodging responsibility. He just wants proof. And Judge Van DeBee respects that. There's a difference between dodging duty and demanding clarity. And now that the DNA test is underway, it's only a matter of time before the financial side kicks in. Judge Van DeBee closes the episode with a straight legal breakdown. The alleged father can't be ordered to pay child support until paternity is confirmed, either through a signed acknowledgement or a DNA test. With neither in place, support is on hold. But once paternity is legally proven, the court can and will enforce child support, including back pay. It's a reminder. In child support court, truth trumps drama, and DNA always speaks louder than T.